Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 3 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 3 math and then lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter properties. The lessons we're going to cover today are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division terms, understanding parentheses, properties of addition, and solve using properties of addition. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 3 math. I'm going to start with the chapter properties. Let's just start with the first example, subtraction, multiplication, and division terms. In this problem, what is do? So 2 times, right? That means 16 and 2 are the factors of 32. Let's just start with the test questions. In this problem, what is 16? 74 minus 60 equals 14. So basically, we're going to learn the term. So the greater number is subtrahend and the smaller minuend. So the given one, minuend is the greater number and the smaller number is subtrahend. So is the subtrahend option number 1 is the correct option. In this problem, what is 8? 8 is the remainder. Option number 3 is the correct option. Remainder it is when we divide and we still a number other than 0 be the remainder. In this problem, what is 8? 8 the divisor, 22 is the dividend, 2 is the quotient, and 6 is the remainder. Eight is the divisor. Option number 2 is the correct option. In this problem, what is 40? 40 is the sum of 32 and 80. Forty is the sum. Option number 2 is the correct option. In this problem, what is 81? 81 is the sum of 76 and 5. So sum it is. In this problem, what is 24? 24 is the quotient. Option number 2 is the correct option. In this problem, what is 0? 0 is the remainder. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, you can complete. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is the next lesson is understanding parentheses. So let's just start with the lesson. Solve 90 minus 22 minus 19. So basically, we need to understand the concept of the parenthesis. We need to solve the parenthesis first, right? So the first thing you need to do is 22 minus 19. So 22 minus 19 is 3. Then you have to do 90 minus 3. So basically, whatever operation it is inside the parenthesis, the first thing you need to solve is the parenthesis. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Solve 5 plus 64 minus 53 plus 37. Thing you need to solve the parenthesis. 64 minus 53. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. That is 5 plus 11 plus 30. Let's just add 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, and 5. That is 53. That is 53. Option 1 is the correct option. plus 72 minus 23 minus 49. So you need to solve the parenthesis first. 72 minus 23, right? So subtract, we need to go 1. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 6 minus 2 is 2. That is 2 plus 29 minus 6 minus 2 is 4. 49 it is. That's not 29, right? So hold on. 72 minus 23 is 49. So 9 minus 49 is 0. We are left with just the correct option is 2. Option number D is the correct option. Eighty-one minus 66 plus 11. We need to do 66 plus 11. That is 77. So 77. 81 minus 77 is 4 it is. Solve 61 plus 17 and 45 minus 37. Solve these parentheses first. So 61 plus 17 is 78 and 47 is 8. So we need to do 78 minus 8. So 78 minus 8 is 70. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve 42 minus 88 minus 51. The correct option is 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just The next lesson is properties of addition. Which property of addition is shown? 2 equals 0 plus 2. That is the identity property of addition because adding 0 change does not change the sum, right? So that is the identity property. Let's just start with the ones. Which property of addition is shown? 6 plus 5 equals 5 plus 6. So on the both sides the numbers are same. Just the order of addition is different. So that is the commutative property. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is commutative property. Which property of addition is shown? So we have three numbers, just the order of addition. So that is known as the associative property. Option number 1 is the which property of addition is shown? On the both sides the numbers are same, just the order of addition is different. So that is the associative property. Option number 1 is the correct. Which property of addition is shown? That is the identity property. Option number three is the correct option. My screen is blurry. My screen is, no, it's not blurry. You can check your internet connection and your site. Which property of addition is shown? That is the identity property. Do not guess the answers of the correct option. Which property addition is shown? 1 plus 7 equals 7 plus 1. That is the commutative property. Option number 2 is the correct option. But I can see everything fine at my side. Anyone else? Can you see my screen blurry? I'm just looking at the video from my mobile phone. Which property of it is shown? 1 plus 8 plus 5. Which property of addition is shown? I'm not looking from computer. I'm looking from my mobile phone. I am on the channel and I'm looking at the video. This is not blurry at my side. I cannot attach the screenshot in the chat, otherwise I will share the screenshot with you. Okay, that is the associative property. Option 1 is the correct option. You can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, if you see the screen, buddy, I have a solution. You can just type the lesson name and lesson at your side. You can see the question clearly, right? Solve using properties of addition. Let's just start with the lesson. Let's just start with the questions. We have to use the properties of addition to solve the question. Using the associative property, type the missing number that make the addition sentence true. So if you use the associative property, in the associative property, both sides the numbers are same. just the order of addition is different. So for 75 and 94, here we have and 23. So it means that next missing number is 23. And here we have 23, 94. So the missing number is 75. Option number one is the correct option, that is 23 and 75. Option number one is the correct option. Type the missing number that makes the addition sentence true. So that is the associative property, and in associative property, both sides have exactly the same number, just the order of addition is different. So we so that means the missing number is 37. That is 37. Type the missing number that makes the this addition sentence true. That is 18 plus 0 equals 18. That is the identity property of addition. Option number one is the correct option. 0 it is. Type the missing number addition sentence true. So 22 plus 0 equals 22 plus 0 is 22. Option number 2 is the correct option. Type the missing number that makes the addition sentence true. So the missing number is 40. Option number 1 is the correct option. Type the missing number that makes the addition sentence true. 93. The missing number is 93. Using the associative property, type the missing number that makes the addition sentence true. That is 98 and 100. Option number 2 is the correct option. Type the missing number that makes the equation true. So 0 it is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 3 math. The chapter we were working on is properties we have covered today are subtraction, multiplication, and division terms, understanding parentheses, properties of addition, and solve using properties of addition. Please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lesson just did. That is your homework until with any of the lessons. You can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or I can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So, any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.